What's up guys, it's Finest Finance here. Do you have some bad debt that you want to pay off? Many of us struggle with debt on daily basis. The average American has about $38,000 in personal debt, excluding home mortgages. Today I am going to show you how you can get out of bad debt. I'm not going to tell you those obvious things like that you should start working more to earn more, or that you should sell everything you own that you don't need to make some quick cash. Instead, I'll show you a step-by-step guide that you can follow to get out of bad debt and to stay out of bad debt. Stay tuned. Step number 1. Make a list of your debts. Pause the video now and grab a paper or open Excel, Notepad, Google Sheets or some other software you want to use. Now write down every debt you have and their balances, minimum monthly payments and interest rates. This gives you an idea how much debt you have to pay off, and it will also help you choose which approach you want to use to pay off the debt. More about those approaches later in step 3. Congratulations, you have now started your journey to becoming debt-free. This simple first step might make you terrified if you have a lot of debt, but no worries, the next steps will show you how to pay them off. Step number 2. Set a specific goal. Setting goals helps you follow your progress and you can plan how much you pay and when. The ultimate goal would be to become debt-free, but you should also set more specific goals. For example, if you have $10,000 of debt, you can set a goal to pay it in 2 years. Now you just set a goal to pay $420 every month to reach your goal of paying your whole debt in 2 years. You can also estimate how long it takes to pay off your debt if you set your goal to pay X amount per month. Let's say you can pay $100 every month and have $1,000 of debt to pay. This means that you will pay off your debt in approximately 10 months. Setting goals and most importantly reaching your goals motivates you and makes paying off the debt seem more manageable. If you can pay $420 the first month, you can do it again in the second month, and again, and suddenly you'll notice that you are debt-free. Step number 3. Choose your approach, debt snowball or debt avalanche. These are the two main ways to pay off the debt. With debt snowball, you are paying off your debt from the smallest amount to the largest amount. Let's say for example that you have 3 different debts, $10,000 debt, $5,000 debt and $7,000 debt. You start with the $5,000 debt, then move on to the $7,000 debt and lastly pay off the $10,000 debt. With debt avalanche, you start with the debt that has the highest interest rate and then move on to the one with the second highest interest rate. So if you have 3 debts with interest rates of 10%, 15% and 5%, you start with 15%, then move on to 10% and lastly pay off the debt with 5% interest rate. If you want to know more about debt snowball and debt avalanche, I have made a separate video that you can check out where I compare these two methods. But shortly put, debt avalanche is faster and you will pay less money on interest. Debt snowball is slower and you will pay more money on interest, but you will pay off your first debt faster than with the avalanche method. This has huge psychological benefits that can motivate you and make it seem more manageable to become debt-free. Step number 4. Improve your spending habits. Make a budget. What kind of car do you drive? How much money do you spend eating out? How much money do you spend on coffee every day? How much money do you spend every month? While all these things sound like they don't affect much, they all add up in the long run. We spend a lot of money on things we don't really even need, and we don't even realize how much we spend on them. That is why I recommend you to start budgeting. This step is the most important step because let's face it, it's our spending habits that make the difference whether or not we have debt. It doesn't really matter if you manage to pay off your debt, if your spending habits remain the same, sooner or later you will notice that you have new debt to pay. So focus on this step extra carefully, make sure you improve your spending habits. But don't worry, you can still spend money on things you like and you don't have to save every penny you can. But trust me, when you start budgeting, you will be surprised how much money you spend on some random stuff. If you want to see 10 ways to save more money every year, check the top right corner for a video. Some examples of saving more money are things like driving used cars, comparing insurances and other deals you have, cooking your own food, comparing different products and companies, and tracking your expenses. It might sound very time consuming to track your expenses, but it really isn't. I spend less than an hour per month and I save thousands a year thanks to that. There are many applications that can help you track your expenses, or you can use Excel or Google spreadsheet to make your own. Feel free to check out the link in the description for a Google spreadsheet template that I personally use to budget. With budgeting, you can also set your goals and see how you are progressing, which motivates you to continue. Step number 5. Lower your interest rates. The last step you could do is to lower your interest rates, which can be done through debt consolidation. With debt consolidation, you combine all your debts into one single debt with different interest rate. This means that you spend less money on interest because you have lower interest rate. But beware, while some debt consolidation deals look like you save money, you might end up paying more money in the end. I will make a separate video next week that goes a little more into detail of debt consolidation, so make sure to subscribe to know when that video is uploaded, or click the top right corner if you are watching this video later. Anyways, let's show an example of debt consolidation. Let's say that you have two different debts, $10,000 of credit card debt with 15% interest rate and $15,000 student loan debt with 6% interest rate, and they both have a 2-year plan. This means that you have to pay $485 per month for the credit card and $665 per month for the student loan, meaning that you have to pay a total of $1,150 per month. Total amount paid after 2 years is $11,640 for the credit card and $15,960 for the student loan, meaning that in total you will pay $27,600. Now you find a company that offers you debt consolidation where you only have to pay 5% interest and $500 a month. Sounds great, right? You have a lower interest rate and have to pay less every month. But here's the catch. When you only pay $500 a month, it takes you 57 months to pay off the debt. And because it takes almost 3 years longer than it would have taken with the 2-year plan, you will actually end up paying more money on the interest. The total amount you will have to pay now would be $28,500, which is $900 more than without debt consolidation. So always make sure you are not getting scammed if you try to lower your interest rates. The link for this calculator can be found in the description, make sure to check it out. So those are the 5 steps you should follow to become debt-free. If you find this video helpful, smash the like button and share it with your friends to help my channel grow. Now that I have told you how to pay off your debt, what if I told you that you don't always want to pay off your debt? Check the top right corner if you want to know more about good debt and how you can use it to make more money. Let's now summarize the 5 steps. Step number 1. Make a list of your debts. This will make it more concrete how much you owe and helps you to plan the right approach. Step number 2. Set a specific goal. Your ultimate goal should be to become debt-free. Set more specific goals to motivate you and to make it seem more manageable. Step number 3. Choose your approach. Debt snowball or debt avalanche. Choosing the right approach is important. Don't choose avalanche just to save some money if it makes you give up and quit. Debt snowball is slower and you have to pay more money on interest, but it has a huge psychological benefit. Check out my other video for more information. Step number 4. Improve your spending habits. This is the most important step. To become debt-free and to stay out of debt, you have to improve your spending habits. Stop spending money on useless things you don't really even need and start budgeting to set goals and to track your expenses. Check the description for a budgeting tool. Step number 5. Lower your interest rates. If possible, lower your interest rate using debt consolidation. But beware, always make sure you are not getting scammed, because lower interest rate doesn't always mean that you are paying less if it takes longer to pay off the debt. And lastly, smash that like button. Subscribe if you are interested in personal finance, investing and book summaries. Feel free to check out my other social media platforms shown on the screen. My name is Finest Finance, have a great day and I'll see you in the next video.